Hello everyone, welcome back to Chelsea News Today updates. Transfer window in January. Chelsea still interested in signing AC Milan star Chelsea Maignan move as goalkeeper plans take shape. Interest in France international continues. According to TBR Football's Graham Bailey, Chelsea's pursuit of AC Milan goalkeeper Maignan is far from over. The Blues attempted to bring the France international to Stamford Bridge in June, but despite reaching an agreement with the player, negotiations with Milan collapsed. Now, as Bailey reports, Chelsea could be poised to strike again in January with a pre-contract offer. The chance to secure a goalkeeper who many at the club believe is as good as anyone in the world would be a significant coup, especially if he becomes available on a free transfer next summer. Maignan's decision to remain at Milan during the summer was heavily influenced by Massimiliano Allegri's appointment. As Bailey explained, Allegri immediately confirmed that Maignan would remain as captain of the club and that him staying was a key factor in him agreeing to take the job. Milan are hopeful that Allegri's leadership, combined with an improved vision for the club, could still persuade Maignan to extend his stay. However, reports suggest the 30-year-old has stepped back from contract talks, leaving the door open for Chelsea. Questions have been raised about Chelsea's long-term approach to the position. Bailey noted, "I asked Chelsea sources on several occasions why they were not in for Gianluigi Donnarumma or even Emi Martinez, but they weren't interested, despite the fact we know that they looked to replace Robert Sanchez in June." He added, "Chelsea kept their powder dry." As we have seen with Blueco and Chelsea in recent years, they know what they are doing. They have plans in place, and does this include landing a new goalkeeper in 2026? I firmly believe it does. The sense is that Chelsea have identified Maignan as their priority and are willing to wait to get their man. If Chelsea can secure Maignan on a free, it would be one of the shrewdest moves of their recent recruitment strategy. With his leadership qualities, Champions League experience and reputation as one of the world's finest shot stoppers, Maignan could be a transformational signing for Stamford Bridge. Fans will likely be impressed by the club's patience. Instead of rushing into deals for the likes of Donnarumma or Emi Martinez, Chelsea seem to have held firm with a clear strategy. Supporters often criticise the club's transfer scattergun approach in recent years, so targeting one of the world's best in a measured manner feels refreshing. Of course, questions remain. Will Maignan genuinely leave Milan, where he is captain and highly respected? Allegri's influence is significant, and Milan will surely fight hard to keep him. But Chelsea's confidence, as noted by Graham Bailey, suggests there is genuine belief behind the scenes. For fans, the prospect of landing a world-class goalkeeper on a free transfer is mouth-watering. In an era where Chelsea have spent heavily across the pitch, adding a player of Maignan's stature without a fee would be seen as a huge win. Ultimately, Chelsea supporters will feel this is the type of smart, ambitious move that could help the club return to the very top of English and European football. Chelsea move for Maignan in January, more than possible. Matteo Moretto, goalkeeper Maignan in the January transfer window, according to Italian journalist Matteo Moretto. Moretto reports that there is a strong possibility Maignan will be sold by Milan in January, as the chances of the 30-year-old extending his contract, which expires at the end of the season, are slim. If no deal is reached, Maignan could either leave on a free transfer in the summer, or Milan may push for a cut-price January sale. Chelsea are reportedly the frontrunners to sign the France international, having previously attempted to bring him to Stamford Bridge over the summer. Talks were close but ultimately stalled due to disagreements over the transfer fee. And Moretto reports that there is a very good chance Maignan will be sold by Milan in January. He explains that it is increasingly likely that Maignan will not extend his contract that expires at the end of the season. Maignan to leave Milan. The chances of contract talks resuming and being successful are considered slim to none. Thus, Maignan will either leave on a free transfer next summer, or Milan will push to sell him on a cut-price fee in January. Chelsea are considered the favourites to sign Maignan and are expected to return for the AC Milan and France goalkeeper, having tried to sign him this past summer. Chelsea are in a particularly great position as they already agreed contract terms with Maignan during this summer's negotiations. Although the transfer didn't go through as Chelsea couldn't agree a fee with Milan, the contract can just be reused again in 2026. Chelsea were in deep negotiations for Maignan before the Club World Cup. The Blues had two offers for Maignan rejected by Milan. the first worth €10 million and the second increased to €15 million. Chelsea's valuation fell far below what Milan considered acceptable, with the Rossoneri demanding at least €23 million or more for the France number one. The Blues refused to increase their offer, believing that €15 million was fair for a player whose contract expires in a year. And that is where the negotiations between Milan and Chelsea for Maignan ended for 2025. Maignan agreed to stay at Milan for this season, but it seems unlikely he will prolong his stay. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more team updates.